everyone, how are you all doing? We are going to be starting in a couple of minutes, but I thought I'd just log on here and say hi. Make sure to, by the way, if we keep looking down there, that's because I've got you guys on the computer monitor so I can see any questions and everything. But if you are here, say hi in the chat, we'll shout you out. We've got Better Smart Technology, say hi, we're saying hi back. But today we are going to be focusing a class on port de bras, working on those ballet arms. As many of you know, I've been on a bit of a rehab journey recently, and this is Harvey Klein, and he's been really helping me on this journey. Where I haven't been able to use my feet and my legs as much, he's been really helping me with his Mobius method, which I have to say, I can't wait for you guys to give it a go, because we're going to be doing a bit of that today. So Harvey, do you want to talk to us a little bit about Mobius?
Yeah, so I'll tell you who I am first. I'm Harvey Klein. I was a dancer years and years ago. I danced in a few different companies all over the world, and when I stopped dancing I became a Pilates teacher. Through that journey I kind of missed dance, missed some sorts of movement that weren't in Pilates. It's quite linear Pilates in some ways, fantastic, I still teach Pilates. But Mobius is something I grew. It's to do with the figure Mobius, which is like a figure 8 on its side, so it does this. And what I realised is, if we use that shape and we move within that shape, so if I put my arm out like this, and I imagine I've got a laser beam and I'm doing this, I get loads of movement out of my shoulder. If I turn the figure 8 another 90 degrees, and it's a normal figure 8, it does this. And that way, I get a whole movement in my shoulder that I didn't get before. It allows me to understand out there in space, and it allows me to understand my inner space of my shoulder. From that, I realised that if I twisted my arm and rotated it and pulled it in this way, or I rotated it outwards and twisted it outwards, so let's do pretzels, which are called pretzels, which is the rotation of the arm.
We love a good pretzel, guys.
We all love pretzel. And by doing that pretzel, and then doing the figure 8 from my elbow or from my hand or from my shoulder, I started to gauge different parts of my body with contraction of muscles, which is more useful. So that when I went back to that arabesque again, I knew where my fingertips were, I knew where outer space was out there, but I also know where my inner space of my shoulder was, thus being able to work it better.
Yeah, and that proprioception, I can say from personal experience of trying the Mobius method, has been so helpful. Like, I remember the first few sessions we did together, we just targeted each vertebrae of the spine. And then when I went in to do even just my workouts, let alone ballet, I was like, oh wow, this is coming from this vertebrae. And when you really take it down to that level, then you have so much awareness of your body and where each movement is coming from. Because I think in ballet, a lot of us were just like, well, the arm goes here and the arm goes there.
Exactly.
But then if we think about, actually, no, the arm is coming from that vertebrae of my spine, you're holding it completely different, and there's different energy going through those arms. So that is something we're going to be working on today. I hope you're ready to get going with the class. Let us all know in the chat. So good to see so many of you watching. Let's get going. So Harvey's prepared a class for us, and I'm just going to kind of...
And join along, guys. Please come and join the class. Okay, you're going to lie down on your back. Okay, head down there, that's it. Arms down waistline, feet hip distance apart. Just take a moment to breathe. As you're breathing in and out, just notice how you tighten somewhere, or you're not tightening somewhere, or maybe you're pushing on your neck or your back or so on. So we're going to just lift the right arm up towards the ceiling first of all. Okay? As we lift it up towards the ceiling, we feel the weight of the arm plummeting down into the shoulder. Okay? And take a second there, make a fist for a second, and allow it to feel like it's got a weight in it, and let that force draw down into your shoulder. Okay? Now turn the fist as if you're turning a door handle, one way and then the other. Okay? Then start to take that even further into the forearm, so we start to rotate more. That's it. And now take it into the upper arm. Cool. Now start to make your range. I'm going to help here. I want you to really rotate this way, and really bend your elbow where you need. Where you suddenly feel force in your elbow, start to bend. Then start to rotate the arm further, so you get right into your rib cage here. Yeah. So I'm rotating all the way that way. Now rotate all the way the other way, from your shoulder all the way out, and rotate all the way. So I want to feel that you kind of nearly lock a joint or wrap a joint with muscle. Then the elbow, so you can go even further, into your armpit. Look at all that shape. And go again. So it doesn't look like pleasant movement, it's a real rotation into one thing to the other. That's it. Now open the palm and start to do it with your fingers as well. Make them explore space in the same way as your elbow and your shoulder, and your armpit is looking for space in your ribs. There we go. And that starts to move your head. Let your head move with it. It'll start to rotate. And take that from behind your head so you've got more movement. And go the other way.
I actually feel like this is quite it looks easy, but it's actually quite an intense movement when you're really twisting to your maximum.
Exactly. You're going to full force basically at the very end. And once more. And now reach the arm just straight up into your kind of arabesque arm, and then lift the other arm up to see the difference.
Wow, yeah.
Different?
It feels so different.
Okay, so now let's do the other arm. Make a fist with the other arm. Same thing again, rotating one way and rotating the other way. Now, because some lovely people, especially women, we have hypermobility. You have hypermobility. And that allows your elbow to go past the normal range of your joint, which is not so healthy. And so we don't want to go there. So soften the elbow, but rotate. And then when you rotate, when you get to that point where it's going to do that click and that kind of thing, bend the elbow and let that go further up the line of force so it goes into your shoulder. And then go back round the other way. So now we're rotating around the joints. There we go. Now you can start to open the hand up and let that explore as well. So you go all the way there and you come all the way back. And what it does is it comes into contraction in your back and unravels your back as well as your arms, as well as your other bits and pieces. Once more. And bring your arm down by your side and then lift it up. It becomes like a game for your body because you're thinking, I can go further. And as you go further, you go deeper into your rib cage or your chest or whatever it is. Your arms feel even now. Yeah. Okay, so now with both hands, let's think of lifting the thumb and rotating the thumb away from the body. Bending the elbows and keep on bending the elbows till they touch. And then see if you can really get your armpits to try and touch. So you get right back onto your shoulder. And then go the other way. Rotate all the other way. Go all the other way. Open your hands, open your elbows. Good. Bend your elbows slightly so you don't go into that crazy moment. That's it. And go back again. So these are little pretzel motions. Now if you do it fully, you'll really feel your back open up. And go back the other way.
This one's harder for me, that one.
So when you get to wrists together, think of it more like a Spanish dance. Bend your elbows. And really rotate into that.
Oh,
there you go. There you go. Now we're doing a kind of swan. There we go. And then the other way. Now your middle back is moving. Yeah. Super. Once more.
You can feel your core getting engaged now as well.
Exactly, because we're actually going through and contracting properly. That's okay. And then come back up and just reach both hands up. Because you get that softening effect. Give yourself a few breaths like this. Now, question that you're probably going to ask me is how many times to do it. Do it about 3 times one way or 3 times the other way. Don't overdo it because you're not trying to. It's not a building strength movement. It's a loosening up of the joint. Okay? So now, interlace your fingers. Okay. Place them behind your head. I'm going to do a simple exercise that you probably do, all of you. Ab series of some kind or an upper lift. So put your hands behind your head. Push your head into your hands. And now start to rotate the hand on your head. Now lift the elbows up as if they're scooping your armpits. Keep rotating like we just were doing. Keep going until you can lift your head up by rotating. Keep that rotation and keep rotating and rotating and rotating and it lifts you up. And then to go down, rotate the other way and open up.
How arched do you want to get it?
I want you so that your wings are maybe off the ground. What you'll feel is you can't go any further. You'll feel like the rotation stops. It hits a point that can't go any further. Stop there and then come back.
And this is rotating from the shoulder joint here?
From the shoulder into the ribs. So as you come in this way, your wings will get broad. Your elbows will come up and you'll rotate all the way into there. There you go. And then roll backwards. And when you roll backwards, let your elbows go wide and do the opposite. Let your elbows go by and look back behind yourself. So you go up into these muscles here. Keep going. You can go as high as you want there. And then go back the other way. And flow between the two. There you go. And back. So now your spine, if you're talking about maybe yoga, doing your cat-cow kind of shapes.
Yeah, but it's involving so much more of your body.
And keep thinking of it coming from the arm. into the shoulder, into the back, and then lay yourself back down. Bring your arms down both sides and feel the difference again when you lift your arms into like a double arabesque.
Yeah, you can feel all like it's all engaged around the back and into the spine as well.
Yeah, it's not just your arms now. Now, common thing is when we go from this and we round, everything goes a little bit sour. Okay, we start to do it from making a pose. Yeah, so you get these hands that are like, I don't know, Dalek fingers. They're just like sausages. Okay, and everyone says soften your hands. I want you to think from your palm down a line through your elbow, back down into your armpit is a line. Yeah, and this line draws into your socket, right into your joint. Now, if you pull it too hard, yeah, you get that thing where you've been dancing for too long and everything becomes really hardened in your ribs and your ribs pop. Just do it till that point where you can feel the arm in the joint. That's all.
Yeah.
Because you've done the rotations, you can feel that.
Yeah.
When you didn't do the rotations, you wouldn't have felt that.
No.
Okay, so let's go back to the rotation.
Yeah.
Bring both arms up. Okay, now turn both arms the same way. So both hands are going the same way. Keep going, bend your elbows and really rotate into that. So you're doing a side bend.
Yeah.
And then go the other way and rotate into the opposite side bend. There you go, really go. You can go into that side. You can really go into your obliques and all those muscles down the side of your body towards your hips. There we go. And your abdominals are getting stretched on one side and shortened on the other. Keep going with it. It's like a little dance.
We're working our obliques, everybody.
And if you push through your feet, through the ball and the heel, you'll start to get more force coming through your hip now. There you go.
Yeah.
Last one. Cool. And then come back into the centre. Okay, so now come to your first position or a high first position. And then start to open the arms into the second. Good. Now you probably feel your obliques are holding your arms up. And come back up to the top.
And something we worked a lot on is really focusing on holding from underneath, not letting these wings fall. So also having that awareness of the back, where those arms are being held from, is really important, I think.
Totally.
Yeah.
So, little anatomy lesson here. Okay, I'll use this arm.
Yeah.
So, hand phalanges, they're called phalanges, and they have your ulnar and radius in this bone here. Down here is called humerus bone. It attaches into your collarbone and then back behind you to your scapula at the back. Now, if we rotate the elbow this way and we bend the elbow and we come in this way, your wing on this side broadens out, or the scapula pulls out. As we go this way and bend the elbow this way, the wing floats out to the side of the body towards the elbow. So the tip of the scapula, because it's like a triangle, goes towards this elbow. And if you go the other way, it goes the other way. Okay? So now, when you reach your arm out from this first position out this way, your wing will broaden towards the elbow. Can you feel that?
Yeah, totally.
So they're related, yeah? But because the scapula kind of floats, and because the wing has muscles connected to your traps, if we loosen this off, then you can move better. Does that make more sense of what we're doing? Okay, cool. Let's do a figure eight. Let's start with figure eight. Okay. We're going to work on this plane because you're lying flat, okay? So reach this arm up towards the ceiling. Sorry, I'm using one arm only.
That's all good.
Rotate into one of those pretzels, okay? Now this time, I want you to reach out with your shoulder and lift up. Keep lifting up like you're doing some dramatic opera moment. There we go. Push the other arm out, down to give you a little bit of support. Now, bend the elbow slightly and keep lifting your shoulder and your rib cage, okay? Now when you get up there, with your hand, think of making a figure eight that's normal figure eight up and down your body. So we're going to go, we're going to make a figure eight like that.
Yes.
Okay, like you're drawing on the ceiling a figure eight. Okay, and then go the other way. Reverse the way you draw your figure eight.
It's really difficult up there.
Okay, now keep it up there. Do it from your elbow.
Oh.
Same figure eight. Now reverse it. Remember, 3 one way and 3 the other. Now do it from your shoulder. And reverse it. Look how much movement you're getting from your shoulder. Now lift your shoulder higher and do it. Think about doing it from the back of your wing. That's hard to do.
Wow.
Reverse it. Now bring your arms down. Okay, now let's just both arms up because we only need one. That feels different, doesn't it? Okay.
I don't know if you guys can feel it too.
I hope you can feel what's happening.
Do it in the live chat if you can feel the difference between your arms doing this.
Okay, bring the arm down, turn the arm the other way, the opposite direction to the way we just did it. Okay, bend the elbow, okay, bend the elbow, and feel like you're hooking your wing and ribs up into this elbow. Do your figure eight, so it's a flat figure eight in the ceiling somewhere there.
I always like to think that I've got like a finger that's just dipped in ink. And
Exactly.
I'm drawing the figure of eight with my finger there.
Cool. Then do it from your elbow. I know, not so easy. Keep wrapping yourself into that, even if you feel like your shoulder's up by your face. Now when you've done it 3 times one way, 3 times the other, shoulder again. That's it. And then think of the tip of the wing doing it. Yep, that thing. And then reverse. And then bring that arm all the way down. Now lift both arms up. I mean, your shoulder levels are different.
Yeah.
Can you feel that?
Totally.
So now if you did an arabesque, when you reach your arm out in front of you, and then you lift it up, you would feel where your arabesque has to come from.
Exactly.
Other arm.
Let's
do
do it.
the other arm.
Yes.
Okay. Rotating all the way in.
This way. Oh, it's in first.
Inward, yeah. You can think of it as an inversion of your arm. All the way to your elbow, thumb out. And then go from your hand. 3 figure eights that way. There you go. Keep reaching out as you're going up towards the ceiling. Imagine the ceiling going away from you if you want. There you go. Now reach from your elbow and imagine your elbow going away up towards that ceiling too. I know, it's hard work. Your guts are working to do this. Reversing it if you haven't done it.
Shoulder.
And the shoulder, exactly. And you keep on pulling, little that thing that we tell people to pull up from, but you're properly pulling up because muscles are working.
And then the ribs.
Reverse, yeah, there you go. Cool. And reverse.
So hard from that one.
Because your intercostals are tight, possibly where you breathe here, so we're trying to open those up too. And then turn your hand the other way. Bend your elbow. And keep wrapping into that swan-like shape. And then ink on your fingers and go for it. Keep rotating into it. That's it, so you're going right out there. Changing to your elbow. 3 times one way.
I promise you guys this works. It looks weird, but it
It
works.
looks completely weird. I admit to it looking weird. I don't say it looks beautiful anymore.
Make sure you try it.
Then from your shoulder.
Don't knock it till you try it, guys.
Exactly. And then you'll feel those, oh no, that is different. Okay, and now do it from your ribs.
Also, I found with Mobius, I found it easier after doing it a few times. So if you want to repeat this class, everybody.
It will change.
Yeah.
And then bring your arm down. Okay, does that feel different again?
Yeah, and they feel more even now.
Yeah, and your shoulder girdle feels like it's full.
Yeah.
Now, so if you imagine you have heavy weights in your hands, and just grip your fists, okay? Let your fists come so they're just kissing the knuckles, okay? And then start to feel like you're tearing a really, really heavy book apart. Okay, now do it from your back as much as your arms. Oh, there we go, that's completely different.
Yeah.
Because now you know where your ribs are.
Yeah.
And now, like it's a heavy book that you're closing.
I have to be so careful that I don't do it from the ribs and I'm doing it from my back.
So we all like to pop ribs, especially dancers, because if they're flexible here, you'll pop them. But when you know where they are in space, you can relate them to your hip. We haven't gone there yet, but if you imagine the 2 ribs here, these 2 ribs here, are actually going down across your belly button and back towards the back hips here.
Yeah.
The crest of your hip. It will tie you in a little bit.
Yeah.
Okay? So as you come out and in with your arm, you'll get that à la seconde feeling, but it's worked à la seconde.
Yeah.
Especially if you think you're going to do like a swan movement, which is this kind of feeling of pulling your wings together. That's it, keep going, and then lift your head because you're going back there. Keep lifting this, go into your arabesque on the mat. Now keep thinking about rotating your arms into your back. More, there we go. And you get a beautiful feeling of lift. and then you come out of it, and it doesn't feel like painful because you've got room.
Yes.
Is that making sense to you?
Yes, 100%.
Okay.
Amazing.
So, another thing, these fifths. So everyone, I see this a lot, everyone wants to be flat. Yeah? So your arms are here. They're too far back. Everyone's doing this, I'm going to show.
Yeah.
Just like that. And then there's nothing here. There's nothing going on here. There's no relationship to hip to armpit. If you lift your arms up towards the ceiling, okay, and we have this feeling down to hip, you can feel them now, yeah? So, reach your hands a bit robotic out there, okay? Now, turn your thumbs down, like a Nero turn down. Now, bend your elbows and hollow that out that way. That's it. And like you're pushing the ceiling behind you away, rotate out, go to the furthest distance you can, and then pull your elbows in. Look quite theatrical, like you're drawing into your chest, like really big stuff. And then out again. And the nice thing is, if you do it fully, you feel work going on, yeah? And then back out again. There you go. Now, go once more.
My arms are shaking.
Because they're working really hard.
Yes.
On the next one, when you come into this, I want you to pull them into your ribs. Now, as you pull them into your ribs and keep turning your hands out, start to pick your head up and your chest. Keep pulling into your ribs, like your ribs going to your hips. There we go. And then roll backwards. Extend out. Turn the hands the other way. Plummet the hands in this way towards your chest and go the other way. That's it. Oh, no, going into your abs again.
This way,
Yeah, that's it. Keeping an ab moment here. And then rotate back, rotate out, and stretch out again to bend the elbows in, to come back up. Flexion into your waistline again. And roll back. You don't have to do 3 or 4 of these before your abs are going, oh, that's you mean me.
Yeah, you guys didn't expect an ab workout, but here we go.
And then come all the way down. So now we're talking about the abs being connected into your fifth.
Yeah,
there
you can literally feel the connection between your arms and your abs. I hope you guys are being able to feel that too, because I can totally feel now where my finger is here, all the way connection to my abdominals, which is
perfect.
Exactly what we want.
So a common thing is you're told to turn a pirouette, especially if you're on point, up in fifth. And you think, I don't turn so well, but I turn better here.
Yeah.
But if you think they're connected into your abs, when you start to do your pirouette, it will come from underneath you.
Yeah.
That way.
Definitely. Oh, there we go, get them equal.
Does that feel better in your back?
Yeah.
So now, I want you to lift your head between your arms and curl up a little bit. There. And come down. You can feel the difference, can't you?
Yeah. 100%
It's connected.
connection. Yeah.
Okay. Let's do like a first position and a fifth position.
Do you want me to straighten my legs out?
You can straighten your legs out so people can see. Yeah. Okay, so this is another position that people have to do, and then maybe you have to change, maybe doing waltz of the flowers or something like that. Change the arms over because it's kind of nutcracker time. That's it. And you get that kind of feeling.
Yeah.
Now, a common thing is when we bring the arm down, this shoulder rolls forwards. Yeah, it's a common thing to wing
Actually,
your...
funny enough, mine was going back there.
That's because of what we just did.
Yeah.
I think. I'm guessing. But arms do different things. So what I want you to do is take your hands. I'm thinking nutcracker. I will go into Spanish and rotate one hand one way, one hand the other way. Now really rotate them. My wife is Spanish, so she doesn't believe that's real Spanish. And then rotate them the other way. Really rotate. That's it. Now you're working it. Go the other way again. So you're working it. And one more time. Good. Now take your hand to fifth and that bra bar position or first position. There we go.
Yeah.
Change the arms the other way. Now, the thing that I must say is when you do these rotation, when you do these pretzels, that's not ballet.
Yeah.
It's a very contemporary movement, but when you release it, the release can be the ballet position.
Yes.
Because we want everything to still look smooth and worked, but not
Yes.
worked. You're
100%.
not lifting weight. Go one way, and then the other way. That doesn't mean you're not strong when you're a dancer. It means you're working differently.
Yeah.
There you go. And you can feel your body trying to make spaces, yeah?
Yeah, because you can. This is all about proprioception for me, knowing how far and where your body is in space.
And Hannah wouldn't say this, but she's got such amazing facility. She's got such a grand facility that she sometimes has to be pulled backwards a little bit, towed back in.
My problem is sometimes I don't know where my body is in space because of it, so this is so helpful.
Look at that. Now, if you go through this motion, and choreographers will say, make your arms heavy or make your... because they want to feel that the connection is there. But you've just done the hard work.
Yeah.
Does that make sense to you?
100%. So good.
Okay. We're going to do a little picture for you.
Yep.
I want you to make an attitude.
Okay.
Can you do an attitude for
Yeah.
me? You warm enough to do an attitude?
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
Let's see where's best to put the camera.
We'll just switch the camera a little bit.
Yeah, cool.
Maybe to give you space here in front.
In front, okay. I'll just switch it there a little bit. Hey guys, hopefully you're enjoying the class so far. There we go, hopefully we can see there.
Okay. So do your attitude however you want. You can even use this, don't mind at all. You go into your attitude.
Actually,
Okay?
I might just switch a little bit more upwards. Sorry guys, I've got my tripod there. There we go.
It's a smallish room, so
Yeah, bear with
it might
us.
look bigger than it is, okay? So we get that, okay? Okay, it's beautiful shape, okay? You're doing the right stuff. Now, we come in, ruin it. So here, we get scrunched up a little bit.
Yeah.
And we don't feel like we can do much more than that, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
So, come all the way down to the mat again.
Yeah. Do you need to shift them again?
Might have to shift the camera again.
So I'll shift you a little bit. There you go. Perfect.
Okay. Lying yourself down, bend the knee. We're going to take your arms out to a second.
I'll just check my angle there. There we go.
There you go. That should be fine. And stretch your ribs as if your little finger is connected to your little finger. Your little finger and ribs are connected. That's it. Now, start to rotate the palm backwards. Bend the elbow and start to pull it downwards into your waistline. Keep pulling into your waistline. Now go into your attitude in your head. Lift backwards with your head. Keep going backwards, keep going backwards, keep going backwards. Really rotating that. Go all the way in. And then slide your arms out, stretch out. Do the opposite attitude as well, so turn your head the other way.
Yeah.
Okay. And stretch out. Feels kind of nice.
Yeah.
Now turn the thumb down, that Nero thumb, and then rotate again in. And bend the elbows. Yeah, it's very peculiar when you do it. And then reach out. I look like I'm making Hannah look really ugly. I go again because I'm making these really ugly shapes, which are beautiful in themselves because they're quite organic. I hate that word, but they're very,
I love it.
they're very you. Okay, come all the way down. Now, try your attitude again. Because now you have this feeling of where your ribs are.
Totally.
Okay.
Shift them out again.
Camera.
There we go. Hopefully you'll be able to see me. There we go. Oh. Here we go.
There we go. So now you've got that space.
Yeah.
You look like you've got space between your ribs
Yeah,
and
and
your
now I
head.
feel really like on my leg and like pulled up.
And this foot is connected into that rib over there. It's not distal. It's got connection.
And it all comes again from those arms that we've been working on from the core.
Yeah. I'm not going to go into it now, but if you went into like a renverse, you would feel, so if you went into a reverse, you'd have that feeling of not collapsing on yourself to do a reverse, where you get that kind of feeling of
that's what we've been working on.
But going up and out of yourself.
So up and out.
Yeah.
Rather than
down.
Crunching the spine, which is amazing.
So if you went through, and imagine that palm is doing your rotation, but don't do the rotation.
Yeah.
But lift the opposite rib towards that palm. You suddenly get this cross feeling.
Yeah.
And it feels strong.
Amazing.
Do people have questions?
Yes, come and sit down. Hopefully you enjoyed that class, guys. I feel like I've really worked, not gonna lie. I generally work with Harvey at the moment 2 times a week, which has been amazing. Well, we try and fit as many in as possible. For me, I really started feeling the difference after doing Mobius for like a few weeks. Like at first I was like, all this rotating, I'm not really sure what's going on. I can feel something, but is this really gonna help? And then as I did it more, I was like, no, it really is helping, and I'm finding my centre so much more, even when I'm dancing and when I improvise as well. I love being able to come back to that solid centre. So that's something that I've found really helpful. So I do it 2 times a week. but kind of try and implement it into almost everything that I do. This is a great chance to also say that I have linked Harvey's website in the description, so if you want to get in contact with him to work with him, I highly recommend. You do stuff on Zoom and stuff.
I do Zoom, so if people are in different places and can't get to me, we can do it that way. Or if people wanted to get to me or me to get to them, I'm sure we could work something out. One thing I was going to say is, because you've been working on this, when we did the spine, we did all the different kind of planes. So you have the plane of being a flat plane, head to toe. We have the side line, so from head to toe on the side. We also have the plane going this way. When you do the figure eights, all the figure eights, yeah, because they work like daisies in the end, you get a feeling of, oh, that rib or that bone is there in space. Does that make sense? And I think the more you do it, or practice it, or exercise in it, you start to go, oh, that's it. Oh, I know where that thing is that I'd let all my viscera go, or I let my pelvis go. Because you can do it in all the joints. You can be done through all the bones. Remember, your bones are twisted. Your muscles are twisted. They're not planes that go up and down. They're not levers like this. They twist to work the muscles.
So yeah.
I hope that's helpful.
Yeah, definitely. Guys, I hope you enjoyed this class, and totally, comment down below if you want to do another one. I'm sure that we can totally do something else like this at another point in time, and comment down below what you guys would love to work on. Thanks so much for watching. Make sure to share this with your friends, your family, anyone who you think would be helpful, and I will see you all very soon in my next video. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Harvey.
It was great fun.
Thank you.
Stay well.
It's so amazing to be able to share what I've been learning in my rehab process with you all, so this has been really special. Thank you so much. Guys, keep dreaming big and making it happen.
Bye-bye.
Bye.